Yeah, I think it was interesting to me because it's like the Gargoyles casting is gonna have to be really a combination of voice and looks casting. Whereas I think, how they probably would end up doing it in real life would be just CGI and then pick whoever they want to play the voices. But I would imagine if you did something kind of like what they did with Josh Brolin in like Infinity War, where he's on the stilts, he's got the mocap dots on his face, but in the room actually acting with these actors and things like that. I really think that's something that would be like my approach to doing something like this. And
that was what I did. I was thinking Mark Ruffalo and the Hulk. So we have Goliath, Elisa,
Demona, Xanatos,
and Hudson.
I couldn't, why? Because I was trying to figure out which one of the other gargoyles to pick. And I picked Hudson because he was the clan leader before Goliath. So I felt like that role would be really important because it's going to be like that mentorship role to the Goliath character. And it has a large part of the like humor element as well, because I feel like he's got like a unique perspective on adjusting to the comforts of the new world that they live in.
Right. And seeing like, thinking about the characters, who was it? Lexington and Brooklyn. Which one was the really young one? That was Lexington, right?
No, he's not actually the youngest one. He's just smaller than them. Brooklyn, Lexington, and Broadway, they're all Rookery brothers, which means they all like are the same age.
Okay, so that's the trio.
Yeah, they're like the next generation of like hatchlings after Goliath and Demona. It's a really
fantastic story.
It's really good storytelling, and
it really
it's like how all of the main characters meet it makes sense. It makes sense why they're all like intertwined.
Okay, so let's go ahead and just hop into our casting. I think for Goliath, the big issue for him is going to be the look and the sound. You just have to get that character right.
Yeah.
A good actor can bring Goliath to life. But if I don't look at you and think of Goliath, it ain't gonna work. Okay, do you want the AI's Goliath first?
Sure.
The AI thought Digimon Hansu as Goliath. I was like, okay.
That's definitely a voice pick.
Oh, absolutely.
All right, you're off to a bad start.
So, for me, I need a large actor. I need a good actor. I need someone imposing who can like command the room. Winston Duke. I needed somebody that could actually like carry the movie if necessary.
Okay, I think that's a good pick. That was one I didn't even really consider, but yeah, that's a good pick. I think because I was pretty much sticking with like British actors. Goliath has a very like Shakespearean way of speaking.
Yes.
And so I really wanted to make sure I had someone who could capture that. And so, but my guy, he also still kind of has like that squarish head, square jaw look.
Okay.
I'm going with David Ajala. He's an actor. He was in what I know him from is on Supergirl. He played, I forget what the British dude's name is, Union Jack or something like that. And then he was in Star Trek Discovery.
Okay.
The last season or two of that. So yeah, that's my pick for Goliath.
Okay, I like that pick. I like that look. I can see it, and I can hear his like now that I'm seeing him. I'm like, oh yeah, he was in such. Okay, yeah. All right. So DJ Fat Snacks, you said you did a little some. What you got?
At first, when I heard y'all were doing it, I missed a part of the CGI. So I just kind of went with voices and just how people act. So mine's is gonna be completely weird.
Who would you bring in as your Goliath?
All right, so quick choice was because I've been watching Superman and Lois recently. I would probably say a Chad Coleman.
Okay,
it's kind of weird, but he was in Arrow, he was in All American, and Superman and Lois, and Walker Dead, the Tyree from Walker Dead.
Oh, okay, yeah.
He's in the Orville. He's like a recurring character in that show.
Yeah. Okay. Got a nice little solid resume here.
All right, let's see what bad pick the AI made this time.
For Eliza Maza, the AI said Zendaya.
Maybe AI.
And let me just say something. The only instruction I gave the AI for this, which actors should star in a live action Gargoyles movie. This is the list it created as a result.
Yeah, no, it's 100% right. That's mine as well. I think like one, the look, like 100% on point, right?
Yeah.
But two, I think that the voice acting of Sally Richardson Whitfield is overlooked because what she does is she has this range of commanding cop to kind of soft, motherly, sisterly
Yeah.
vibe with like the different relationships that she has with the different gargoyles. I think she has there's like a softness and a edge to her, and I think that the action, we know Zendaya can do that. Like, I mean, I watched her on Casey Undercover, so basically we've already seen her play a cop because she played like a spy. We've seen her and who had a secret life, so she
Right.
understands that vibe. She understands the big budget action movie, being in Dune and being in Spider-Man. She understands the IP, part of the Disney family. This is like, okay, Disney, we're getting behind. This is Disney getting behind Zendaya.
Oh yeah,
like,
without doubt.
Hardcore heavy, but
Yeah.
like on some serious stuff. You know what I mean? So
I do see it being a really good vehicle, and I don't even have to say to launch, to catapult. I see it being, if you can attach Zendaya's name to the project as that character, I see somebody being interested in picking it up solely for that purpose. Yeah, I think that I would agree with that. I think Zendaya is a good pick. It was definitely a pick I considered. I actually chose somebody else who, much like you said, can command the room when she needs to. We've seen her range. We saw her play Crazy Jane on Doom Patrol, Diane Guerrero. I think she has a great look for someone like Winston Duke. Some people may be familiar with her on Jane the Virgin.
Also, Orange is the New Black.
Yes, I think that's where a lot of people are probably going to recognize her from immediately. But she's done voice work. She was in Encanto. So, I mean, she's I believe, talented enough to do this kind of role. What I understand for Lysa, the potential love interest for Goliath, she is the cop. She has to be a badass at some points. She also has to be, like you said, approachable and obtainable. So I really like Diane Guerrero for that.
Elisa. So going back to the same show, Superman Lois.
No, I hate her voice.
Hell no, man.
I'm
in the stream.
I'm just gonna mute his mic. Okay, make that make sense for me. Like, why was that your pick?
Okay, so again, I was watching you guys and I was trying to catch up on Gargoyles, just kind of like getting the memory, like who are they fan casting?
Okay.
And I was just looking at people who fit the role too at the same time. So I was like, okay, she kind of looked like that character. And that's it.
Lysa's not white.
She's actually not white at all. She's half Indian, half, but
because we're not about to let this white lady fall in love with no monster on TV. Open your third eye.
Okay, so Elizabeth Tulop.
I told you I looked at her and was like, okay, hell, she could probably play that role. Then I looked at who I had her with, and I was like, I don't know.
But okay, that was your pick. So the AI, you might like this casting. I'm not gonna lie, you may like this one. AI thought Lupita. It thought Lupita should be Demona. So it's got Digimon, Hansu, Zendaya, and Lupita.
Oh no, the Hotepness is my Hotep senses are tingling.
They got Lupita in for Demona. I was like, I've been chatting with this thing too long. You're trying to be friends with me.
Giving away the vibranium.
You know what I'm saying? Stop. But I thought that was a very interesting pick.
I would say this: her role in Us definitely got some Demona in it, and it's not a shade to like her as an actress, because I definitely think she would be able to absolutely crush the role.
She could carry that movie.
All right, so my Demona, I wanted, obviously, like I just needed somebody who's going to be a phenomenal actress, a powerhouse actress, who's going to be able to give that Shakespearean, who's going to be able to match that Goliath Shakespearean energy, but with less of the regalness. It's like her Shakespeareanness has been sanded out over time.
Right.
And I cast someone who I've seen just give very like emotionally appropriate performances. I casted Shaniqua Martin Green, who also from Star Trek Discovery. And I think that the chemistry between her and David Ajala would be phenomenal because they play like a couple on Star Trek. So they have like the experience of like working together where you could get the real feeling of the like undertones of the past relationship.
Okay, yeah, I like I said, you said that name, I knew who that was. This is to the point you make as far as the chemistry between them. This happens to be a scene of your Demona and your Goliath. And I just slap some wings on them right here. And I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I see it already.
She has a gravitas that the character really needs in order to really be heard and understood. Like, I don't want Demona, like Demona can't come across like I'm just doing bad shit to do bad shit, but she's really just like dealing with like a lot of trauma, and she's trying to fight back against a world that basically tried to like kill her. There's a seriousness I think that has to come with that.
I don't think I have yet to really feel like you've had a miss. Okay, so my Demona. Ultimately, I think the biggest story in Gargoyles is Demona's loss. Literally everything that happens is a result of her choices. I would like to focus on everything that she has done, everything that she has touched. Demona's my main character. My heavy lifting is going to be done by Rosario Dawson. I think having Rosario Dawson kind of go against a Diane Guerrero, we typically see her in the more heroic or kind of that middle ground place, but we've seen opportunities where she has that dark side. You take Sin City, you take Descent, Alexander.
He got game.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there are absolutely movies that show she could be that character. She could be that person. And I think that if the movie kind of focuses on her and we have someone like a Winston Duke as her counterpart, I think the two of them together would have enough chemistry to really like tell this story. I think we would get a great movie out of that. So who you got for Demona?
Quick fast. Okay, quick fast in a hurry. That's what that was. Okay.
Okay. You get that pass. You get that. Don't make that mistake twice now. Who you got for Demona?
Zazie Beetz.
That's a good pick.
I could dig it. I was like, you know what? I could dig it.
Yeah, I definitely could see her going crazy on some people.
Now, all good movies need good villains. When I asked initially, the chat did not have Xanatos listed. But I said, what 5 actors would make a good live action David Xanatos? Based on popular choices among fans and casting rumors, here are 5 actors that may fit the role of David Xanatos. They started off with Mark Strong. It's like, okay, I can see it. They said Benedict Cumberbatch, Jude Law, Jason Isaacs.
Who's that?
And of course, just to round it out, they have Idris Elba as number 5.
I actually had Idris Elba, but I changed it. But he was someone I was considering for the role. I mean, I would say, I guess Jude Law would be the one I would be willing to most go with.
And Jude Law is somebody that you can like do hair and makeup and change his look.
All right, so for mine, I needed somebody who kind of had that like polished feel where it's like you talk to them and it's like they're being cool, but you kind of just feel like it's something else. It's something else going on that you're not telling me. You being like duplicitous and snobby and kind of just somebody up on a high horse. You know what I mean? Somebody, bougie, but like has like an edge. Like I wanted to be somebody that's like you talking to the cops and you being all nice and stuff. Then when the cops turn around, you do the rock eyebrow or something like that to show like they don't even know. Like basically Kaiser Soze in a lot of ways.
I got you.
So I'm going with Sterling K. Brown.
I love it. That absolutely works because I immediately see him as the billionaire. I wanted somebody who, and honestly, I think I'm going to save this character for later as well. I wanted somebody that I know would look good in a suit, that would be believable as a billionaire, but also is believable as the bad guy. He has to be charming enough to make you think that he's not the bad guy, but when you see him, you absolutely know he's the bad guy. Zachary Quinto.
Yeah.
I could see Rosario Dawson and Zachary Quinto having a conversation with one another, that going back and forth, the way that dynamic's gonna go down. She thinks she has the upper hand, and then he says something real. What was his name on Heroes?
Siler.
Yeah.
Right? Like said, give us a real Siler reaction. Like, okay, be cold and methodical like Spock. But then when he gets mad, like I'm just like, oh man, Zachary Quinto would be awesome for that. And I kind of wanted the main villain to be somebody different. Somebody that I think needs a little bit more shine as a bad guy.
Who's next? Who y'all got up next?
David Xanatos.
All right, this is probably an unknown. Nathan Parsons.
Nathan Parsons.
He's in the Roswell remake.
I can see that. He got a weird side smile, but
yeah,
when he wears a goatee, I can see it.
Yeah, when he was he did an evil version of himself in that show, and I was like, okay, I can kind of see him playing a little I'm your friend but not really type of situation. Try to get him in close before he takes him out.
Which leaves us with Hudson. Now, the AI actually had Idris.
I can see it,
but they also have Digimon Hansu as Goliath. That to me didn't work. I was like, what?
Yeah.
That doesn't work to me. But there again, if it's CGI and it's voice work, they can probably get around age up, age down as necessary.
I mean, I don't love the Jew, but that's the biggest miss has been the Goliath pick. So it kind of just makes the Hudson pick like maybe it should have been somebody older.
Right. Once I knew who I wanted my Demona to be, I was curious if I gave them a character, could they build out the right casting based on that? And when I said Demona as Rosario Dawson as Demona, and then had them like come up with casting, they put Morgan Freeman in as Hudson, but then they had The Rock as Goliath.
Stone by day, warriors by night.
I was like, can't nobody afford this movie. So Hudson, who's your Hudson?
My Hudson is somebody who obviously like needed to be older than my Goliath, needed to be not necessarily past his prime, but kind of just beyond the BS. You know what I mean? Like, he don't want to deal with the clan squabbles and all that kind of stuff. He's there for like kind of a mentorship role. So again, one is somebody who I've seen play that role to a main character before on screen, but also one is somebody who could do the like comedic Scottish elements of it as well, and still kind of was in that same Shakespearean mold. Hudson and Goliath kind of had that very mature relationship with one another. So I went with David Harewood, who you might know as Martian Manhunter from CW Supergirl.
Okay.
But he's got like a big, really long like stage career as well. And so that's kind of why I picked him. I just wanted that same, because the most what he's going to be doing is talking. Like, if we keeping it a buck.
Right.
So I needed somebody who, like, if Goliath is going to sound wise and authoritative and Shakespearean, I need somebody who at least going to sound like somebody who he would listen to.
That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. This is interesting because my Hudson, I did need somebody that was going to be older than Winston Duke. But given that it was going to be CGI, I kind of thought the same thing. Well, I can get away with a smaller age gap. It's not like it's father-son. We can age up the actor easier than we can age down. But I wanted someone who still looked like they could give you the business if it came down to it. That's where I put Sterling K. Brown. I put Sterling K. Brown in as Hudson.
Oh, wow.
Because I felt like he would, again, kind of thinking of it just from the standpoint of like an Uncle Iroh, I wanted someone who, when they spoke, you might shut up and listen. Sterling seems like he would be the actor that could do that for this role.
Okay, Hudson, that was the first person I cast because I wasn't thinking that y'all were doing the CG zone, so I was going solely off of voice and just kind of like a character, a guy who gives wisdom in real life shows, well, live action shows, and Barry Corbin.
Barry Corbin?
Yeah. Whitey from One Tree Hill. A couple. It was wasn't he in? No, he wasn't.
He looked like the Quaker Oats man.
The diabetes.
And just like the things he did in that show in One Tree Hill, because he was like the coach of the basketball team, and he gave wisdom to like the adults and the kids. And I can kind of see that happening in a Gargoyles, especially for that character.
He does actually look a lot like Wilfred Brimley, though. Like
diabetes.
Okay. Well, Mark, I still appreciate you playing, man. Honestly, my only issue really is Tulak. She got to go.
Yeah, in a way.
You recap. Honestly,
She's not about
I
to
mean,
do this.
she-
She's not about to do this on 2 shows.
I will be posting this image in our chat, and you can come back and let us know which of these movies you'd be interested in watching. Are you interested in watching Mark's reboot of the animated series? Did the AI actually do a decent job with casting? They didn't do horrible, but they could have done better.
I feel like the studio already know that first call got to be Z.
I mean, if it's coming out of Disney, you know what I'm saying? Like, Disney's funding the project, so it makes sense that they're gonna lean towards in-house, and that relationship is already there. So I can't disagree.
This needs to be a baby comeback moment. Like, once you're done with Dune, like, that's cool and all. Dune is great. You know, desert it up, have fun. Once you're done with Dune, and once you're done doing all the little drugs on Euphoria, come back. Let's do something special.
Got something for you. And I could easily see them saying, we wrote it especially for you.
That's why she's the most famous person in my movie. It's her. Because if you watch the show, a lot of times, until the 4th season, when they get into the Goliath Chronicles, a lot of it is very much told from Elisa's point of view, because she's the one who is setting the tone for helping the Gargoyles understand the modern world that they live in. So, you know, her voice... her voice is really, really important. You know what I mean? And her ability to be charismatic and guide the watcher into like this world, but also guide like these other characters in this world too. To me, just like makes a lot of sense.
If you get a chance, did you watch Doom Patrol?
I have not. I need to. I need to finish Titans first, and then I'm gonna go watch Doom Patrol.
This has been fantastic. We appreciate you being here with us. Make sure to click the QR code there in the corner. That'll take you to everywhere you can find us and all our socials. That'll take you directly to our Facebook group, our YouTube page, our Twitch, etc., etc.
All socials, DJ Fat Snacks. Got 2 new YouTube pages. DJ Fat Snacks, Snack Cat. No, you got me saying Cat Scott.
Well, you were on Fancasted, but you have so what is your game?
One is a gaming YouTube channel, and then I have another one where I do a lot of reviews and stuff like that. I'm just getting started, so trying to pop it off. Also, I'm doing my Twitch page, and yeah, that's it.
All right, that's what's up. Jeff, I know you busy. Anything else you need to announce? Anything that's coming out that we need to know about?
Nope.
All right, well, make sure you hit jpnt17.com. Check out some artwork. Get you a custom commission piece of art up there. He's got some really cool stuff. For Jeff, DJ Fat Snacks, and myself, Sam, we are Grown A Geeks. We appreciate you being here, but we are out of here. Peace.